Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to In My Dreams. It's a place where I'm living mine, and I'm going to teach you how to live yours too, because that's what life is about. And today, guys, we're going to talk about high season tips, because high seasons are right around the corner. And in this one, we're riding around Pratamnak and Jomtien. It's a gloomy day. So I thought I would just, speak over this video. I was going to talk about it, while we're doing this. I'm actually riding down to the bank in this video. Take a little pit stop at the bank, pick up some cash. It's a beautiful day. But anyways, let's just jump right into this, guys. So basically, guys, if you're planning on coming out the high season, you're going to be one of these types of travelers. You're either going to be on holiday or vacation. You're either going to be a snowbird. That's somebody who does the seasonal thing. Or you're an expat. You're going to be a new resident in Thailand. Or you're an LDR. LDR is long distance relationship. Maybe you have a long distance relationship going on and you're coming out during high season. It's a very good possibility. You could be a passport bro. You might be a passport bro and you're just coming out to Thailand during high season. You could have never been here. Maybe you've never been here. Maybe you're just one of those. Maybe you're one of those people that've never been here. And then you're coming out to Thailand, and of course the popular time to come to Thailand is high season. That's probably all you've heard. It's like, oh, you need to go to Thailand. Go around January, go around February, go to Chiang, go to Pattaya, go to Bangkok. That's people that never been. Or you're a monger. You could be one of those, you're a monger. I'm not going to say too much about that because there's nothing wrong with that either. If you're responsible and respectful, nothing wrong with that. Or you're just one of those guys that, oh no, I'm not one of those labels that you named me. You're your own label. You're miscellaneous. Maybe you're your own label. You're just one of those dudes that, oh no, I'm not one of those guys. I'm this or whatever. Sure, you can be miscellaneous, but you're mainly one of those travel types that are coming into Thailand for high season, guys. Let's just keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Have a fun time while you're here. That's what Thailand's for. It's a land of smiles. You can live your life here. It's a beautiful place to be. Just keep it cool, keep it smart, and don't go off the deep end. Because you won't want to do that out here. Trust me, it's not the place to do it. Going off the deep end here is not what you think. Trust me. I've seen it. I've seen it all. I've seen the videos. I'm here. I've lived here, So, all right. I'm sure some of you guys just want to get right to it. We'll just start talking about the girls. Let's talk about the girls. It's the high season, I'm sure some of you guys are coming out for the girls instead of just for the beaches and just for the, the booze or just for, the food. I'm sure some of you guys are coming out for the girls, so we'll get right to it. So the first things first, this is going to be the easiest one for some of you guys that, some of you Westerners that just haven't been around this type of vibe yet or dated, outside of the United States. Guys, just hop right on Tinder. Use your Tinder. That's the easiest way. It's super easy. You're gonna land in Bangkok. You're gonna, open your Tinder. You're gonna be, oh wow. That's how that works. Promise you. Don't sweat it. And then that's gonna be the more, I guess, the more traditional way out of all of the ways, of meeting girls in Thailand. Just get on Tinder. It's more traditional, like for Westerners. Like you're gonna get on Tinder, you're gonna chat a little bit, Maybe it's gonna be a girl, that's working, maybe she's working at a hotel, maybe she's working at the market, maybe she has her own business, So you're gonna find a more traditional type of thing there where you guys are gonna chat, you're gonna set up a date, most likely, and you guys are gonna meet. Depending on what you guys like to do. Maybe you're gonna go to a museum. Maybe you're gonna go to see, an art gallery. Maybe you're gonna go to the movies. Maybe you're gonna go to a coffee shop. Maybe you're gonna go to the beach. You know, that's gonna be on you. That's for Tinder for sure. I do know some people use Bumble too, but I was never really got into Bumble. But Tinder, that's the more traditional way, if you know what I mean. And then the next way is ThaiFriendly. ThaiFriendly is like just straight to the point, you guys. If you just want to get straight to the point, you can make arrangements, you can make agreements, and you can find girls on there that you like. Straight to the point. You can do the same thing with Tinder. It's also kind of straight to the point, but Tinder, you know, you're swiping. You know, you gotta swipe for it. On ThaiFriendly, it's different. It's a different setup. You're not. You don't have to swipe on there. You can go on there and actively, you know, search. You know, on ThaiFriendly. You can also swipe on ThaiFriendly too, but you don't have to. Once you get on there, you'll see. But it's more straight to the point, you guys. You can find a girl on there that you like. You know, you guys can make arrangements right then and there. You know, you don't really have to. You don't have to do the whole typing thing, because both of you on ThaiFriendly, you both know. You know, it's more straight to the point, as I'm saying. And then you can make arrangements and make agreements on there. That's all I'm gonna say about that. You know, those are for the guys that, you know, that are just coming into Thailand for high season. You know, you're trying to date. You know, that's the info for you for there. Now, these next ones are going to be for the guys that, you know, are trying to do the more, I want to go out and about, you know, and do it that way, you know, instead of being on your phone, glued to your phone like this, you know, while you're walking around trying to chat. You know, that's kind of annoying. But this one's for the guys that are just trying to walk around and enjoy and see things at the same time, and maybe, you know, take bites to eat at the same time. Bro, go to the mall, go to Central, go to Terminal 21. Just go to the malls. There's plenty of girls in there. There's plenty of girls, you know, very approachable because they're working. You know, some of the girls are just working in the middle, you know, in the stalls, in the what do you call it, the hallway, the walkways of the malls, you know, in between each store. Some of the girls are just out there. Just, you know, they need people to come talk to them, and, you know, they gotta make customers, this and that. But some of them, you know, they run into foreigners all the time, you know, and some of them, you know, are very approachable. I mean, these girls, you know, they'll give you their number, and you can go on dates with them. You know, that's serious. Some of me and my buddies, you know, we go to the mall, walk around, this and that, while we're actually shopping. And some girls, you know, will give a look while we're walking by and be like, hey, sawadee ka, you know. Some girls will want to talk to you. So that might not sound like, you know, too good of an idea compared to the Western world. It's the same thing, but in Thailand it's different. You know, it is. Some of the girls are more open and just happy to see you and happy to talk to somebody. That's serious. The next one, this is another great one. The markets, you guys. The markets for sure. Definitely the markets. There's a lot of markets in Pattaya, especially the markets, you guys. So, but the thing about the markets, you gotta read the room. You just want to read the room first, because you never know. The boyfriend, the mom, or dad could be there working as well, or they're watching. They could be like at another stall, you know, around just but some of the girls there, you know, they don't mind. And there's some really cute and really attractive girls not even working. Some girls are just walking around in the markets, you know, just doing their daily thing. Like, dead serious. I've seen some, you know, beautiful girls just while I'm going to the market, going to look for what I'm looking for, you know, just walking by like, oh wow, like you know. And then just for me, you know, even though I'm local, but still it's just like, oh, she's attractive. Like, it's kind of, you still get that, you know, I wouldn't say nervousness, but it's still like, you know, it's like fresh, like, oh, I could have went and gone and talked to her, you know. It wouldn't have been weird or anything. So, but yeah, try the markets, you guys, for sure. But definitely read the room first. You never know. There could be the boyfriend or mom or dad could be right there, and then she might be not comfortable with that if she's working there. But yes. Next, besides the markets, these are going to be the more general areas that you can go to. I'm going to start with Soi Buakhao. Soi Buakhao is a good place to go. It's more laid back, and it's more open air vibe as well. Soi Buakhao is very chill. There's good music in Soi Buakhao. The type of vibe and the type of girls that are over there are more friendly as well. Even though everybody's friendly, they're just more laid back, and they're down to, chat about different things than the girls in other areas would, I guess, or listen to different types of music than girls in other areas I would, I guess. It's more chilled, laid back, dive bar vibe, if you know what I'm saying there. But yes, definitely love Soi Buakhao. Soi Buakhao's got some great people over there. I don't even drink, you guys, but I have a good time over there. I like to play pool. Yeah, it's a good time, especially when friends come into town or going to meet up with friends. Even if when I go to meet up with my Thai friends, sometimes it's in Soi Buakhao, The next spot would be Jomtien. Same thing like Soi Buakhao. I'm recommending these because I'm more of a chill, like laid back type of dude. I'm 36 years old, so I like to chill, laid back. I like these type of vibes, open air. The beach is right there in Jomtien too. Just like Soi Buakhao, the girls in these areas seem to be more laid back and chill. Energy is different. You can stroke your ego in Soi Buakhao and Jomtien. Definitely stroke your ego. You can go out and you're, just more casual type of fit. You know what I mean? And not, get dressed up all crazy and go and just enjoy yourself, and and you'll have a great time. You and your friends will have a great time. There's good prices for food, or even better down in Jomtien, and stuff like that. Beer, that too. I don't drink, but I know this. I can see it. What else, you guys? Oh yeah, Pratamnak. Pratamnak. There's girls in Pratamnak. That's pretty funny. I don't see a lot of people talk about Pratamnak, about going to see girls. I know Jeffrey Peterson, is that his name? The other YouTuber that's in Pratamnak area. I seen him talk about girls over there. There's some girls over there, but not really anybody else. But yes, there's mad girls in Pratamnak. A lot of people don't know this, I don't think. But yes, definitely girls in Pratamnak. I live in that area, so I've had girls search for me, and I've had girls come to search for me, asking business owners where I'm at, just asking for my, my socials, because they see, girls see me walking around in the area, and like they see me popping into different cafes, different, dispensaries, and just, to shoot, footage or go to eat different restaurants. And I've had girls ask for me. I've had girls message me. Girls take my number. People give my number out. It's just like, yo, like, what if she's crazy, And then, some of the girls are fire. Like, that's pretty funny. I would, in episodes in the future, I'll show you some more stuff. We'll get more into deep and stuff like this. But I've had some girls hit me up in Pratamnak, which is pretty funny. But yes, guys, in Pratamnak, there's lots of cafes, lots of restaurants, lots of bars, lots of dispensaries inside of Pratamnak. There's that there's a couple of gentlemen's bars in Pratamnak. There's one, I think it's called the Sauna, has a pool in it. That's pretty cool. But yeah, guys, that's Pratamnak. And then what else? We have Walking Street. Walking Street's a good place to go down, for girls, you guys. We go to the clubs. You can go to Ibar, go to Myst, Republic. Those are the ones that I'm gonna recommend first, and then I'm gonna recommend those because those are for my type as well. Like, I'm more laid back, chill, I don't drink, you know. I used to drink. I don't drink anymore. So I like to go to Ibar because it's got good music. The vibes there are great. Everybody seems to be happy there. There's a lot of girls there. You know, there's all different types of girls there. So that's why I like Ibar, and it's all different types of people there. I like Ibar because of that. Now, the other thing that kind of made me go towards Ibar was there's an Ibar in Orlando, Florida. So I don't know if some of you guys know about Orlando, Florida Ibar. There's an Ibar in Orlando, Florida, and it's the same vibe. Great music, great people, different people. There's different girls there. It's the same thing. So I was like, oh, this Ibar's, you know, it's just basically the same. You walk through, you know, and there's a big area in the back. There's pool tables, all that stuff. Ibar in Orlando is kind of the same. You walk in, and it goes around, you know. I can't remember if there's a pool table in there. But yeah, Ibar is a great place, guys. Definitely check that out. I like to go to Myst. Myst is cool because Myst plays hip hop. It plays electronic music. It plays top 40. It plays like a wide variety of music at Myst. And like the interior and like the aesthetic and the vibes are great. There's like really good looking girls in there too. So it's more pricey. Is it? Like the drinks? I don't know. I think the drinks are more pricey, but what I can remember. So like some of my girlfriends are paying, like, well, what I'm paying for their tab sometimes. The drinks are more pricey in Myst for sure. And then Insomnia, like for you cats that like electronic music like me. I love electronic. You like trance, you like house, you like dubstep. Just go to Insomnia. It's on top of Ibar. So you can go to Ibar, you can listen to classic rock, listen to all the types of music, hip hop, you know, that wide variety of music, and then you can go right up to Insomnia. Boom, there you go. All night, if you really wanted to. And there's, you know, there's fire chicks up there too. All different types of girls up there, which is pretty cool. There's all different types of girls. There's really pretty girls up there, ones that are all dressed up, you know, girls that are clubbing, you know, braver girls are in there. There's girls in there that are just more chilled, laid back that you can tell. There's older girls in there too, you know. There's all different types of girls in there in that one for sure. And then what else? Republic's great. Shout out to Black Beethoven. It's my homie. He's a DJ. He's a hostess over at Republic. Definitely check out Republic. Republic's it's more open. It's a club. They play hip hop and electronic. Every time I've been over there, it's been when my boy Black Beethoven's been over there. So it's been more hip hop, and then like they would play like trap too, like trap. You know, like trap. And then, you know, trap with the electronic too for a little bit. You know, trap drop, like an electronic drop. And then those are gonna be the ones that I recommend first before anywhere else, because those are more laid back, chill, and if you still want like a little bit more energy, that's where Myst and Republic are great at. More energy, more of the club vibes. The chicks are more classy there too. You can see chicks like, you know, more dressed up, you know, chicks, you know, with enhancements, more enhancements, you know what I'm saying? You know, like not bar girls, bottle girls, you know, more like bottle girls, like we see in America, you know, just girls with the enhancements, you know, they're gonna be at the clubs. And then these next ones are more for the cats that are more into hip hop and more into the urban culture. I'm gonna say go to 808 and Flexx. You know, I'm 36 now, so age doesn't really matter, but I did the urban culture and hip hop and all that early, I did all that early, like when I was in like young 20s and all that, you know. So when the music was fire as well, the music was fire. Like we had Jeezy, you know, we had Dipset, you know, we had Gucci, we had all the, you know, the good music, the good hip hop. You know what I'm saying? But 808's cool and all. I'm from Florida. I'm from Miami, so it's literally just this. It's for me. It's the same thing over and over again. As I said, guys, I did this I'm from Florida, so I did this early, like in my early 20s, it's the same. It's just like a broken record for me. You know, it's just like when I go into 808, everybody's just standing around. You know, the girls are shaking ass, which is great. You know, and it's just the same thing for me. Some people, you know, it's new for some people. You know, but you know, and then there's bottle sections. You know, you can't really walk around. It's just like not for me, bro. And like the music, it's just like. The music pisses me off even more because it's just like, all right, we've heard these songs, but bro, I'm huge on hip hop. I'm huge on urban culture. I'm huge on trap, you know, but I just don't listen to it anymore. So the music pisses me off because it's just like, bro, we've been listening to these songs over and over and over again for fucking years. Like, there's so many other artists, you know. So that's my rant. There's so much more different music now, so that's why I don't really go to 808, because I'm just, you know, obviously I'm tired of it. Flexx is another good one. For you guys that love hip-hop and the urban culture, you know, there's trap. The shorties over at Flexx, that's going to be on you, like, for you, for sure. You're going to like the shorties at Flexx. The shorties at 808, there's like, you know, there's different mixtures of shorties at 808, but the shorties at 808 are most likely, you know, parts of the same group of the girls that are over at Flexx. You know, so, but you'll like the girls at Flexx. If you're into the urban culture, you know, you like hip hop, you know, those shorties are over there. That's for you. Trust me, that's for you. I would rather, if I had to choose between 808 or Flexx, I'm going to Flexx, bro, because I'm going to Flexx because I'm obviously in that mood, you know what I'm saying, and the shorties over there, those are the shorties I'm looking for. You know, if that's what I'm looking for, I'm going to Flexx. End of story. You know, but you can't, and the other thing about Flexx, you guys, you can't go to Flexx until like 2, 3 a.m. because ain't going to be no one there. No one goes over to Flexx till like 2, 3 a.m. because, you know, that's where it goes down. It goes down over there, bro. So, and then I'm sure some of you guys are probably like, oh, why haven't you talked about Soi 6? Oh, it's because that's the last recommendation that I'm going to give is Soi 6. It's because it's more set up like comparison. It's more set up like fast food, you know, compared to all the other areas that I just explained. It's more set up like fast food. So the reason why, you guys, you can say it's like that is because it's like you place an order and you can take it, you know, you can eat it here, or you can take it to go, you know? So that's basically the comparison between the other areas. So, you know, you can have a good time at McDonald's. You can have a good time at Burger King. You can have a good time at Taco Bell. And you can have a good time at KFC. You know, you can definitely have good times at this place. Is it good for you? Definitely not. It's definitely not good for you. Definitely not. Does it taste good? Yes. You know, but Soi 6 is more set up compared to everywhere else. It's more like fast food, you guys. So, you know, and the other thing, though, I'm not hating. The ladies over at Soi 6, they're sweethearts. There's some sweethearts over there. There's some girls with some really great personalities over there. But, you know, if you have your street smarts, if you're one of those guys that, you know, have traveled around the world, you know, like me, I've lived in other cities, you know, like me, you know, and have, you know, have experience with different types of women, in different types of area of the world. Like, once you go to Soi 6, you know, you can tell who's who. You know, you can tell, you know, who's up to what. You really can. And then, you know, you can actually go and you can go look what you're looking for. You can get that. And then you can also see what you're not looking for, you know, for sure, over at Soi 6. Now, back to what I was saying in the beginning. Now, Soi 6 is going to be good for, you know, these are going to be for the guys that, you know, it's going to be your first time. Definitely go to experience. This is going to be for the groups of guys. You know, if you guys have like a group, you know, for sure, like even 3, 4, 5 of you, go to Soi 6. Don't even waste your time at any other spots. If you're in a group of guys, just go to Soi 6. Don't worry about going to Soi Buakhao. Don't worry about going to the Jomtien or Pratamnak. Don't do that. just go to Soi 6. And if you're not, and after you don't like Soi 6, if you don't like Soi 6 with a group of guys, just go to Soi Buakhao. Just do that. And then for some reason you don't like Soi Buakhao with a group of guys, just go to Walking Street and then just go to clubs and then figure it out there. But yeah, Soi 6 is more for parties, you know, like birthday, you guys are coming in on vacation, like say like, oh, it's you guys haven't seen your boy for, you know, a couple years or something. You guys do your yearly meetup. Go to Soi 6, have a good time over there, get some drinks, you know. You'll probably end up hanging out over there maybe a night or two, couple nights or two, you know, but I'm not going to recommend staying over in that area too long because there's so much more. I can definitely recommend just get on Tinder and ThaiFriendly more, like before anything, guys. That's why I started with those first. Like, just if you guys are strictly coming in for girls, just get on the apps, you know, just get on the apps and chat on the apps. You're going to save a lot of time, and you're going to save money too, for sure, because you're going to be dating a girl, you're most likely going to go meet her, or she's just going to come to meet you wherever, you know, and that skips out bar fines, that skips out drinks, you know, that skips out whatever possibly could happen in you know, in the sois, because there's all different types of things that can happen in the sois, you guys. Some of the girls might just randomly bring their other girls and ask them, you know, if you can buy them drinks. You might get too drunk and end up paying for drinks that you didn't even get. One of the girls might get too drunk and say something that, you know, and you'll just end up feeling guilty and end up paying for, like, there's all different types of things that can happen to you in soy. So just be careful, you guys. For the ones that are going to be drinking, you guys definitely pace yourselves and make sure you're keeping tabs. You can pay while you go. You know, you guys don't have to wait for a girl to bring you a tab. You know, you can, if you're not, you know, if you want to pay drink after drink, you can do that too. You can do that. You know, it's just little tips. I don't drink. For the guys that don't drink, you guys are gonna have a blast because you're gonna be in control the whole time. Like, you're just gonna be on point the whole time. And then once the girls start drinking, like, you already know. It's just like once they start drinking, it's, you know, you just sit back at that point. So, all right, guys, that's gonna be the end of the tips for the girls. I was gonna go and talk about some other things for the guys that are moving to Thailand, you know, in the middle of high season. Let's just do that real quick. We can talk about that. So, guys, there's gonna be a couple things that you're gonna need when you're moving to Thailand during high season. It's recommended to move to Thailand during high season, but it's not going to be better than doing it during slow season. But I'm going to recommend it during high season because you're going to find more friends right off the top, because high season there's more people, that's for sure. You're not going to run into loneliness or any of that because there's a lot more people. Number two, there's a lot more things going on, a lot more events happening, so you can take advantage of that. You can actually go around to the different areas of Thailand to see all the events that are happening during the seasonal, you know, things that are happening, which is also a great time to move to Thailand. And then these are the things you're gonna have to do. So we'll just start off with one. Number one, you're gonna have to sell things before. Just start thinking about this stuff now. Like, you're going to have to sell them things before you move over. Number two, you're going to have to give things away. Doesn't really sound right now for you, but yes, you're going to have to give shit away because you're not going to be able to sell it all. And then you can just donate, and it's going to feel good. You're going to have things that you're just going to give away anyways, you know. So don't forget about that. That's number two. Number three, you're going to have to let go of some things. There's going to be some things you're not going to want to sell or donate, but it's just going to be things that are just like, shit, like, fuck, like I want to take this, but trust me, just let it go. That's gonna go back to donating. You might just have to give it away, and then you're gonna be throwing things out, you guys. Like, trust me, just throw shit out You're gonna hate yourself when you get to Thailand and be like, oh damn, like all I had to do is not bring any of this shit. I could have just spent a fraction of what I thought I had to spend, and you have all your stuff. So yeah guys, just throw shit out. Trust me, you're gonna be able to buy all your shit in Thailand. Clothes, furniture, necessities, accessories, all those things are available in Thailand. You can also order all that stuff. You can order all that stuff online on Lazada. You can also order things off of Amazon, but Lazada is like Amazon in Thailand. There's a couple other websites off the top of my head. I'm gonna do this in the next videos while we're getting ready for high season. And then yes, that's it. Oh yeah, the last thing, you're gonna have to emotionally detach, which is, you know, letting go of things. You're gonna have to emotionally detach from things. That's a big part. Don't overlook those last things, guys, because those are gonna be big parts that you're gonna be like, fuck. It's gonna come to you. You're gonna be like, damn. On the way out. You're gonna be like, on the way out. It's coming. So and then the last thing is storage. You're gonna need storage. You're gonna need a backup plan, bro. Storage for sure. Like that could be family. You know, you're gonna have some things you're gonna leave behind. Those are the things you're not gonna be able to emotionally detach from. Like, say you got like a bunch of shoes or something, or electronics, you know, stuff like that. You're gonna need storage, so you might need to get a little unit, or talk to some family. Be like, yo, like, let me just dip this off here, hold this. Talk to mom, talk to, you know, aunt, whatever, cousins, this and that. Just find somewhere to store your shit. Trust me, because you're gonna have some things you're gonna need to store. And then next, your travel's necessities, guys. You're gonna need money for sure. You know, if you're planning on moving over here, don't skip on that. You're gonna need budget, emergency funds, and then access to, you know, accessibility. You're gonna need money for all those things. Your health, you're gonna need health. So some of you guys, you know, like to do the vaccinations, you know, health insurance, you're gonna need it, definitely. And then, you know, some of you guys are got prescriptions, you know, health, you're gonna need those necessities. So that all falls back on the money. And then also the last thing out of everything is your backup plan. You're gonna need a backup plan. A backup plan just in case if everything goes to shit. For some reason, you know, you could be the most straightforward guy like me, you know, you don't drink, you know, you don't get into trouble, you don't go out and do stupid shit, you don't party anymore, you know, you work. Have a backup plan just in case, you know, that could be something to fall back on. Make sure you got a way out, you know, just in case, guys. Anything can happen to anybody, but most of those things aren't gonna happen in Thailand. So just make sure you have a backup plan, though. I'm not gonna get too deep into that either. But alright guys, that's gonna be it for this episode. I didn't expect this one to be this long at all, but the next ones are gonna be about apps, food, and flights in high season. Tips for high season, guys. Alright, thanks for coming back to In My Dreams, you guys. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and guys, don't forget to check out the brand. I've been working really hard on the brand. It's called Artisan Collective. I'll talk more about that in the next episode. I totally forgot to talk about it in this one, but I've been working really hard on the brand, you guys. I'll throw up the website too. Alright guys, peace. I'll see you soon.